Hello and welcome to the Whitehall Road Sessions from Opera North. My name is Kate Sims and I'm here in what is the temporary rehearsal space for Opera North for this, the very last session in the Whitehall Road Sessions. Now, over the last few weeks we've heard music from all the musicians of the Orchestra of Opera North, as well as some very special guests. Now, if you've missed any of that, please don't worry, you can catch up online. Just go to Opera North's YouTube channel, or you can go to ondemand.operanorth.co.uk. But back to this evening, we have lots to look forward to, including two quartets by Britten and Ravel, which are both said to have expanded the horizons of chamber music in the first half of the 20th century. And we also have some very special guests from Syria. First, we'll hear Britten's Phantasy Quartet for strings and oboe. Now, this was written in 1932 when Britten was still a student. It's written in what's called arch form, which means that the second half is an exact mirror image of the first. So let's hear it now. Thank you so much. That was really, really wonderful. What a great start to this evening. Now, to our very special guests this evening, Basel, Saleh and Hamsa Mounif are from the Orchestra of Syrian Musicians. Guys, welcome. Thank you for being here tonight. Hamsa, just tell me a little bit about the orchestra you represent.
Thank you for having us. We are really pleasure. And then for the Orchestra of Syrian Musicians, we are a group of professional musicians. Actually, how it goes, them in Alban have been to Syria 2010 and then did the album Plastic Beach on Syria with really national musicians, orchestra there. And then after that, 2016, he and Africa Express get inspired to bring that orchestra together again after the war get there. And then we had a really lovely tour around Europe, did a lot of festivals around UK and Europe, Glastonbury Festival, Roskilde Festival, Holland Festival. And then after that, we are here doing some part, as you know, me and Basel today, members of this orchestra.
So originally the orchestra was based in Damascus, wasn't it? Since the war, you've been scattered all over the globe, and there are 9 of you, I think, who team up together in the UK.
Yes.
Yes. How are you finding it?
Actually, when we did that tour, we met our friends who really missed, and then that feels like a family reunion again, and then that gives us also inspiration to present more and more. So, and this is a really good chance to show people more about the other side of Syrian, that really peaceful people, education people, and then, yeah, see like a brightness side of
beauty of the place.
Yeah.
Now, you're going to play 4 pieces for us tonight. We're really excited about them. Just tell me a little bit about them.
So today we'll try to inspire from your event, as we'll go for really trip in the Mediterranean area, and then we're gonna sing something from our classic forms in Arabic singing. For example, we're gonna start with Basel, and he gonna play some improvisation with the oud, which is really Oriental instrument and Arabic instruments, and he gonna sing something like more improvisation, imagining feelings, expression of the feelings. After that, we're going to follow that with a really good form and example of Arabic singing form, which is muwashah, followed by a really lovely song from Egypt, and then we're going to sing something from our traditional from Aleppo.
Fantastic. So you take us on a little mini tour around the Middle East. We're really excited about hearing
Hopefully
it.
Hopefully you enjoyed it.
Whenever you're ready, take it away. Thank you.
Thank you.
يا شادي الألحان أسمعنا رنة العيدان يا لا 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 يا لا لا رنة العيدان واسمعنا يا لا واطرب من في الأحان واحسبنا من ضمن الندمان يا لا لا يا لا لا من ضمن الندمان واحسبنا يا لا لا يا حبيبي حلالي زلالي دايم دوم طالب وصالي
يا حبيبي حلالي زلالي دايم دوم طالب وصالي ومن الشباك لارمي لك حالي
ومن الشباك لرمي لك حالي ومن الشباك لرمي لك حالي
ومن الشباك لارمي لك حالي ومن الشباك لارمي لك حالي
ومن الشباك لرمي لك حالي يا عيني يا حلو يا
شاغل بالي
يا حلو يا مسليني يلي بنار الهجر كويني كويني يا حلو أنا يا مسليني
يلي بنار الهدر كويني كويني إملى الهدام
يا جميل وسيني يا عيني
من كتر الشوق عليك ما بنام حبة جميل يا ريتني ظل حاز الجمال والحسن ده كله ده كله
حبيت جميل وقريتني زيل حاز الجمال والحسن ده كله
لما رأيته ملاك فؤادي يا عيني صبت قلبي وحملت ذل
يا حلو
يا مسليني يلي بنار
الهجر كويني كويني يا حلو
سيدي يا مسليني يلي بنار
الهجر كويني المدام
يا جميل واسقني يا عيني
من كتر الشوق عليك
ما بنام
Thank you so much to Basel and Muna. That was amazing. We really did transport us then. And so to our very last piece this evening. This time we're going to hear Ravel's String Quartet. But before we do, let's have a chat to David Greed, who is the leader of the Orchestra of Opera North. David, now you've been you're a founder member, weren't you? So you've got 40 years of memory. Now, you must have seen some changes in those 40 years, particularly, I would imagine, over the last 12 months. Did you ever imagine that you would ever be live streaming from a warehouse in the middle of Leeds?
No, well, certainly not. No, at this time of year, we're normally belting out some gigantic opera in a very large concert hall. But, I mean, of course, we never realised that this is what we'd be doing. But it's a terrific challenge, nevertheless, to live stream some chamber music, which is kind of a hobby of ours all the time we exist, you know. So it's just lovely to be doing it.
It must be nice to do something different, I suppose.
Very much so, yes.
But you are returning to business as usual very soon. Tell us what we've got to look forward to over the next weeks and months.
Well, hopefully in 21-22 there'll be a proper opera season with live people in the building. In the meantime, the company is mounting again Beethoven's Fidelio in Leeds Town Hall. That's in a couple of weeks onwards. And Stephen Sondheim's Little Night Music will be at the Playhouse. So these are real kind of roots of something better to come.
So there's loads to look forward to. But tonight we've got Ravel's String Quartet. Now this is played quite a lot at chamber concert, isn't it? What is it about this piece that makes it so interesting to play?
Oh, golly, right. Where to start? Well, it's a fabulous piece to listen to, I think. It's very intimate. and very fiery at the same time. It was written in 1903, and it was modelled on a friend of Ravel's, Debussy, Claude Debussy, who didn't mind at all. I mean, he was probably quite flattered. But actually, they're not the same at all, the quartets. This piece is kind of classically constructed, just as Beethoven and Mozart would have done, with 4 movements, a scherzo in the middle, a slow movement. But on top of that, there are layers of kind of 20th century effects, I suppose you'd call them, like a couple of them, like we're required to, in one movement, pluck the strings, quite a lot, as if we're supposed to sound like a wild banjo or something of that sort. And then we're required to use the mutes, which on a stringed instrument sort of soften the sound and create a very much more intimate sound for us. And then in the last movement, there's a technique used of irregular bar lengths. So, you know, there might be 5 quavers in a bar, followed by 4 quavers in a bar. These are things that wouldn't have happened in the classical period, and it's kind of designed to throw the, I was going to say throw the listener off, but it
not the
sometimes
musicians.
throws the performer off, but you'll easily hear it in the last movement.
So it must be quite a challenge, but a good challenge to play, is it?
Oh, great, yeah. I mean, you know, we've spent a good time learning this and had a really good fun. And
Brilliant.
It's important to know everybody else's part, not just your own.
Fantastic. Well, we look forward to hearing it in a minute. I'll let you get ready. Now, if you are watching us live or you're watching us on demand, please let us know what you think. We've had over 5,000 viewers over the last 5 weeks and some brilliant comments from all around the world. And we'd love to hear what you think of tonight as well. Please do get in touch on social media. You can find us at opera_north on Twitter or at Opera North on Facebook and Instagram. Please let us know what you think. But now we come to our final performance of the Whitehall Road Sessions. Here are the musicians of the Orchestra of Opera North with Ravel's String Quartet.
So sorry, Katie's broken the string.
So guys, we have had a bit of an incident. We snapped a string. I don't know whether we should, are we going to just try and change that very quickly?
Yes.
We're going to try and change that very quickly. In the meantime, let me tell you what you can look forward to after tonight's performance is finished. As you see, you can watch the Whitehall Road Sessions on YouTube and on demand, but coming up over the next few weeks there's loads to look forward to. There's performances of Beethoven's only opera Fidelio, that's coming up in June, and following that you can look forward to a performance of Stephen Sondheim's A Little Night Music. Beyond that, there are several outdoor events, I think, in the middle of Leeds, including, I think there's a classic, Ibiza Classics and 80s night, weather permitting. And next season, you can look forward to a full opera season, including operas like Carmen and Rigoletto. I think I'll just talk to Jess over here, if that's okay. Jess, how normal is it there to have a snap string like that?
It's quite rare, but it's quite warm in here, so...
It's quite warm in here.
Yeah, sometimes that can just make them ping. I was actually looking at my bow because this little bit here is coming out as well.
Oh, your bow, so the intensity...
Adding to the drama.
Adding to the drama. Jess was just saying, I don't know if you can actually hear her because she's not mic'd up properly, but she was just saying that even her bow is feeling the friction of the drama of this piece. So has that ever happened before? What does this happen? Do you have to stop normally?
Yeah, in an orchestral situation, it's interesting because Katie's the principal second violin, so if her string snaps, the person sat next to her has to pass their violin to her, and so on until you get to the back when they can run off and
they
change
can run
the
off and
string.
get one. Gosh, goodness me.
So in the pit, it's quite interesting. I've had cellists kind of crawling out before underneath the brass legs.
But there is safety in numbers, of course. There's nowhere to go when there's just a quartet here, isn't there?
It can happen, and it can happen if you're doing a solo or anything. It's just...
But this is quite dramatic for you guys here. Proper behind the scenes, what happens when things go wrong?
Yeah,
has it happened to you before?
Well, I've had dramatic incidences where I got so engrossed in my big up bow that I ended up going under the string. And the bow stayed put and my hand ended up here.
Oh, goodness me. So your hand shot up?
Yes.
Oh, goodness
Highly
me.
embarrassing.
Oh, no. Do you need a little tune there? Just a little quick tune. So I'm going to step back. You can listen to what a tune-up sounds like. But there you have it, guys. A bit of drama for you there. was fantastic. That was really fantastic. I think you can really hear the passion in that playing, which explains the frayed bow and the broken springs, but absolutely worth it. Well, that's it. That's the last Whitehall Road session. As I said, though, there is loads coming up. Just go to the Opera North website. That's operanorth.co.uk. Have a look what's coming up, and even better, buy tickets. A huge thanks to all our musicians. Special thanks to Basel and Hamsa. We've really enjoyed bringing you these performances. We hope you've enjoyed watching them as much as we've enjoyed making them. For the very last time, good night and thanks for watching.